Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua. I'm back with the World War III daily update. And we're going to keep this very short. All right. So, to keep you up on what World War III is about, World War III is about the one you call God, whose name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. So we say Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, meaning God in the name of the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay? So God said he's going to gather all the nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Or if we read it right here in the NLT, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Why is God going to do that, right? Because he's going to judge them. There will I put them on trial. Before you get a judgment, you have to go to trial, right? There will I put them on trial. Why? For what they did to my people Israel. Okay? Who are his people Israel? Okay? Well, little do you know that the Israelites, his people, his chosen people, are the Negroes here in America, right? The ones that came over here on cargo slave ships, all right? Who are not Africans at all. They're Israelites, all right? Because God punished his people because they didn't keep the commandments. How did he punish them? He punished them by putting them into slavery and using their enemies to put them into slavery. And we can easily prove that in the Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. God says, and it shall come to pass, if thou, who was thou, the nation of Israel, shall hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord to keep his commandments, right? Then he'll set thee on high above all nations. So why are the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans at the bottom? Because they didn't do that. They did this. But if it shall come to pass, if you won't keep my commandments, right, that all these curses shall come upon you. So let's look at some of the curses that prove that we are the children of Israel. All right, we go right here to 47. Deuteronomy 28 and 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness, gladness of heart, and for the abundance of all things. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies. Okay, and we did that right here in America, Babylon the Great. We also did it in Egypt. All right. Matter of fact, Deuteronomy is talking about when Moses came down off of the mountain. We just came out of slavery in Egypt. But now it's talking about us going back into slavery if we don't keep those commandments. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. Now who did that happen to? Who had a yoke of iron put up on their neck and were made to be slaves? That happened to the so-called Negroes in America. Now, when we go back here, it says, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat. There will I judge them for harming my people, my special possession. Who are his people? Israel. Okay, same thing right here. Now, if we go to this next line right here, right? They threw dice. They cast lots to decide which of my people would be their slaves. This is why God is creating World War III, because he's leading the armies of the world into an ambush He's gathering them in the valley of Jehoshaphat. So he can do what? So he can put them on trial, and then they're going to get their judgment. What is their judgment? To be completely destroyed. All right? So that's what World War III is about, whether you understand that or not. Okay? Now, that being said, when it says Israel right here, it's talking about those people in the land right now. It's not talking about us. Okay? We're scattered all over the face of the earth. All right? The true Israelites. Not the people over there waging war. If God put those people back in the land, there would be no more war. But we're staring straight into World War III, letting you know that those are not God's people. All right, first of all, they're Amalekites. We know exactly who they are. All right, they're Edomites, and they're the tribe of Amalek. All right, so anyway, 23 hours ago, breaking, U.S., UK blocks Israel's Operation Iran visa to Iran's nuclear bomb. So here's what I wanted to get. Let's go here. All right. This is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into make you the best weapons that you can make out of your gardening tools. Let the weak say I'm strong. Right? What does that mean? Let the weak say I'm strong. Iran supposedly doesn't have a nuclear bomb right now. When they do, they're going to say, hey, I'm strong. God said they're going to get one. Not only one, but many. They're going to be able to play with the big boys. All right? Now let's watch it happening. All right? Let's watch this.
His country in an attempt to pressure it to negotiate a new nuclear deal.
Hold on. From the top.
All you do in your
damn commercial. Slocky. Here we
go. Camera deployed. Link establishing. Satellite coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Dear listeners, welcome to the Deep Journal channel. By subscribing to our channel, you can follow our independent comments on the latest news. Welcome to the Deep Journal channel. While Iran accelerated its nuclear work, a move came from the United States and the United Kingdom that shocked Israel. Israel said that Iran has reached the final stage of its nuclear work, which it has accelerated in recent days.
Let the weak say I am strong. Okay.
And that it is ready to develop a nuclear weapon in a few weeks. With this escalation, Israel expected support from Western countries. A harsh nuclear sanction against Iran, which will emerge from the NATO meetings held these days, was the thing Israel would most want. However, it seems that the events did not progress as Israel wanted. It is known that Iran is very close to a nuclear weapon with the nuclear work it has accelerated by closing itself in its shell after the nuclear agreement that Trump broke down in 2018.
All right, good enough. So the propaganda is that Iran is about to get a nuke, which we already know they have several. They come from a far country. Is that in the Apocrypha? Let's see. What is this? Let's get it here. Slocky, bear with me. This is talking about the nuclear bombs. They come from a far country. This is Isaiah 13 and 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven. All right. The earth is known as a level of heaven. All right. The third dimension. Even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. What is going to destroy the whole land? A nuclear bomb. All right. Now let's go. Let's prove the nukes real quick. Smith, that bloweth. These are the nukes. All right, the nuclear scientists. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. A blacksmith makes weapons, right? A battle axe, knives, swords, shields. All right, in this case, this is talking about the scientist that created the Oppenheimer and them. Okay, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Those instruments are talking about those nukes. And I have created the waster to destroy. Okay? Get Zechariah. You got to prove the nukes real quick. All right? Zechariah 14 and 12. And this will be the plague wherewith with which the Lord... Salakia. Let's get KJV. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Going back to what they did to his people. Okay? Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. What causes that? What causes that? Well, let's look at it. Let's see it in real time real quick. Excuse the commercial. So the end of the world as we know it is going to come in a nuclear blast. 200 million bombs are going to drop. 200 million. Yeah, I can prove it. All right. This prophecy of America is ground zero. And they're showing you that.
This way. Please. Go.
Boom. Flash. Blast. Fire. Melting. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. Their eyes and their holes and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. I think her tongue was just flittered. Did I see that? Let's see. Watch your tongue right here. I'm sorry. I thought I saw something. What was that? Anyway. All right. So This is what is slated to happen. All right, let's get this. Clean, dissolve. This is Isaiah 24:19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. All right. Let's get more on that. Let's get 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Okay? And it shall come to pass that in the day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones. The host means army. The armies of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Who are the kings of the earth? Your presidents, okay, your governors, all those people that are going down into those bunkers that are going to survive the blast. This is what's going to happen afterwards. And it shall come to pass that in the day the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. They shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. They're going to be the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom of heaven, and be shut up in the prison, and after many days they shall be visited. Okay? How are we going to get them? Call for many hunters. See if it's going to give it to me. Send for. All right. So this is going to happen after, right? These people are going to they're going to survive the nuclear blast because they're prepared for that. They got underground cities and all of that. All right. This is Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord. That's what we're doing right now. And they shall fish them. We're fishing right now. Fishing season's almost over. And after that blast, we're going to come down, right, from the chariots. And then we're going to have those new bodies. We'll be superhuman beings. And we're going to go pull them out of those underground cities. And after will I send for many hunters, that's talking about us, the men of the Lord, the 144,000, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rock. We're going to go pull them out, right, and put their butts straight into slavery. Okay? That's what that's talking about, 19 and 20 right here. Earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereon shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. That's the nuclear blast that's going to destroy the earth as we know it. And then, when we come down after being beamed up, we're going to surpass that. There's two sets of people that are going to live through the nuclear holocaust. The ones that have the presence of mind to build a underground city, bunker or whatever. They call them DUMBs, deep underground military base. All right. And then when we come back down, first let me show you where we go up. All right. I'll have to get it over here. Let me show you where we go. This is Revelation 11. All right. Here's how we're going to be spared from that destruction, that nuclear destruction. Okay? Revelation 11 and 12. And who's they? The elect of Israel, heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. That cloud is a spaceship, right? It's called Swing Low Sweet Chariot. She'll be coming around the mountain. Right? And their enemies beheld them. All right? So we get beamed up into the chariots to be saved from what? The destruction. Here's the destruction. 13. And the same hour was there a great earthquake. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard and be clean dissolved. And the 10th part of the city fell. What city? Babylon, the great city. This is talking about America. There's 10 FEMA regions. All 10 of them are going to fall. And in the earthquake were slain of men, seventh. That means everybody that didn't go into your bunker to survive that nuclear blast and that fire, or if you weren't beamed up and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, right? You're going to die. Then it says this, and the remnant, who are the remnant? They that ascended up to heaven in a cloud. They were affrighted. They're going to scarcely be saved. And the glory, and gave glory to the God of heaven. All right? So that's the story. Now, okay, let's go back to Joel. Okay. Because what are we getting at here? We're getting at, let the weak say, I am strong. All right. Joel 3 and 10, beat your plowshares into sword. This is talking about, and I'm not talking specifically, but countries like Iran getting enough firepower to say, I am strong. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks. See, they're supposed to be over there refining uranium for whatever. But what they're over there doing is building a bomb or several so that, and right now they're weak, but they're about to say, I'm strong. Go back here.
Iran, which absolutely refuses to have the international community control itself in the nuclear field, has flatly rejected the last few inspections and claimed that it only works in the field of energy. But according to the information given by Israeli spies and Mossad, Iran has almost completed the construction phase of a nuclear weapon.
Good enough? All right, so that's our World War III daily update for today. Let the weak say I'm strong. We see this thing coming to a point that, there is no turning back. We already know the outcome. So with that, we hope that the elect were edified, and with that, we can say shalom.